Hello, welcome to my channel. In the last couple of videos, we've been exploring how to manage your APIs using Azure, and I introduced you to a service called API Management Service, which is a service on Azure that allows you to manage your API. You add operations to your API, you can add several APIs, and you can connect your APIs to several other existing services on Azure. We created a web API, which we hosted in an Azure web app. Then we also linked that web API to the API management service, and that gave us an API gateway URL. And this is the API gateway URL. And we have a URL for the web app, which we have over here. So I also showed you in the last video that for the API gateway URL, you need to feed in the subscription key for it to work. And we saw how we can use Postman to get that to work using the headers. And we were able to make that to work. However, the plan is for us to be using the API gateway URL. So it makes no sense to be having two different endpoints with different domains that are pointing to the same thing. And since this API gateway URL is more tilted for API management, it makes more sense to use this, and this shouldn't be working. So how do we go about this? Because this URL, the gateway, is dependent on the web app URL in the backend. So what we can do is we can add a rule that specifies that this endpoint, that's the web API, will only send data to the API gateway. So how do we do this? That's what I'll be showing you. So you need to go over to open your web app. You can see this is the web app over here. Then you navigate to networking. You can see networking here. Click on it. Networking. Then you click to add a access restriction, enabled with access restriction, public network access. So we want to add an access restriction now that will ensure that it is only receiving data, it's only sending data to the API gateway, so that any user will not be able to access it. So right now, if I should go over here and I refresh this, you can see that I can access this. So we go to access restriction. The first option is enabled from all networks, which is what is currently set up. But we want to add some kind of whitelisting. Yeah, so we want to add some kind of whitelisting. So let me scroll down. We want to add a rule, the action that needs to be met. So at the moment, you can see that we have all everything is being allowed. So now we want to deny. So click on this to deny all access. Then we click to add. So we want to deny everyone apart from this particular rule that we are going to add now. So let me call this the name. I can call it what can I call it? Yeah, web API rule. Yeah, frankly. Then is it an allow rule or a deny? It's an allow rule because I want to allow just a particular IP address. So under the priority, let me give this 290. Description, web API allow rule for IP. I don't know. Now we need to get the IP address block for the web API. For the what's it called, for the API gateway. So you need to go to the API gateway from the overview page. You'll be able to copy this virtual IP address. If you do not see this here, all you just need to do is to enable developer mode, and you can do that by I think I got that from somewhere around here. Yeah, developer portal. You just need to enable it. Click on portal overview, enable it, and you will be able to get your virtual IP address. So I'm going back here. I'm pasting the IP. Yeah, 4174. Let me just confirm 4174. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's basically all that I need to do. Those are the important aspects. Yeah, so let me add the rule. Yeah, so we can see this now. The rule has been added. So now we need to save. So let me save. Saving this now. It's going to take some time for you to um clearly propagate. So we'll just give it some seconds. Yeah. Okay, so I think it's saved now. Yeah, so you know that the plan is that we do not want just any user to be able to access this URL. We want only the API to be able to access it. So to be able to be sure that what we did is in effect, what we just need to do is to refresh this page. Let me see if it gives if it does not connect to the storage account, then we know that um that certainly it is working. Yeah, you can now see 403 error forbidden. That tells you that it is only the API gateway, this URL, that have access to that web API. So if I should refresh this, it will still show the same subscription key request. Still working. Yeah, it's the same subscription key request. So I believe this is clear. I believe this is clear. So sometimes when you build API and you are managing it through another platform and it gives you a unique URL, it's important to ensure that all the previous URLs, the previous endpoints, the previous domains that you are using to access the API, um, they are um they are forbidden, they are not in use. I mean, it's even a security issue when you have so many endpoints pointing to the same API, especially when they have different security policies around them. Okay, so that's the end of this video. It's a short one. If you find it helpful, don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.